I
This
just want
conference
to
will now be recorded.
I just want to understand from your end what is your background and what is your expectations. Uh, I request to start from Syed. Seems Syed mic is on mute. I request Rajesh.
Hey, hi Manikanta.
Yeah, hi Rajesh.
Uh, myself Rajesh, and I have 16 plus years of experience in finance and accounts domain.
Okay,
And my expectation is like to learn this SAP, and then whatever the experience what I have in domain side, and then wanted to learn it from the SAP end. Like
okay, got it. So you are completely managing finance in different ERP system or in SAP itself?
right now, I have only experience in Tally and QuickBooks.
Okay,
And
got it.
technical side, I never had an experience of learning SAP or Oracle. So I want
Okay.
to use this my domain knowledge in learning AR, AP, GL, and whatever these audit point of view, or general ledger point of view, daily operations accounting point of view. So
Uh, but this is completely P2P cycle, Rajesh. I think you are talking about FICO module, but FICO
yeah,
will
FICO
not
module.
cover. Yeah, we'll cover only P2P cycle here. Procure to pay. Uh,
Okay,
I mean to say,
okay, and
yeah, sourcing also going to be added S2P, S2 pay.
okay. So then I think it's not mentioned. It says SAP Ariba online demo. So I thought,
Yeah, it's Ariba session only, but we will not discuss on finance related stuff
okay,
like
okay.
the general
Let me check with
ledger.
Subbu then. Let me check
Yeah.
with Subbu then when the FICO module will join. I'll drop out in
Okay.
this case.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, okay. Srikant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hi,
Hello.
Srikant. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Srikant.
Sir, I'm Srikanth, but first time in IT field,
Okay.
so no experience, but first
Okay.
time in demo.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it,
Okay.
Srikant.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Syed.
Sir,
I'm sorry,
I'm
Ashweb
sorry,
this side.
Ashweb this
Hi.
side. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Shiv.
Shiv.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning,
Yeah.
Syed.
Good morning, Sayed.
Sir, I am the graduate in BCom.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no experience in IT field.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all.
Next. Ashok. Shuyap.
Yeah, hi Subbu. Ashweb this side. I have 12 years of experience in ERP support. So
Okay.
I worked on ERPs like SAP, and the current company what I'm working is Epicore. So I
Okay.
was just exploring, opportunities in the SAP Ariba side.
Okay. Great. Got it. Uh, Ashok.
Hi, Mankanda. I have around
Yeah.
10 years experience into SAP. I am a technical
Okay.
consultant, a web technical consultant.
Okay. Got
So,
it.
would like to explore Ariba and the opportunities in it.
Okay. Got it, Ashok.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I just want to introduce myself because some people has joined a little bit late. But yeah, I'm a techno-functional consultant. I started my career as a developer, then I moved into the functional of procurement. I have worked in SAP SRM, MM, and Ariba. So here I'm going to talk about more on Ariba. But yeah, Ashok, if you are expecting some technical side, I'm going to put those efforts as well regarding baddies, web services, integration point of view, all those stuff. Yeah, well, we can have a any specified if you want to understand in detail, we can discuss a couple of sessions in the area as well. When it coming to the implementation part, I'm going to discuss on technical front, if you are looking in detail how the things are happening on the integration side, what things that we need to take care from ABAP and all those stuff. Coming to the rest of the people, yeah, Shrikant, Shoaib, and Sayed, yeah, I will keep more in detail. Just a minute, 1 minute. Yes, sorry, I just got call. Yeah. So what I will do, I will keep more realistic, real-time examples that whatever the topics that I'm going to discuss on source to pay. Yeah. Let me share the presentation. Subbu, can you make me organizer? Just a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me talk to Subbu once. Yeah, let me share. Still, I didn't get the access. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
got it. Yeah. So yeah, so Ariba is completely different entity compared to the SAP. We might have seen the SAP screens ERP system. So this is completely different. Initially, this was a third-party system. Later, the Ariba has procured this system because the Ariba is very was specially designed for a supplier collaboration, because the current SAP ERP system, the one SAP system that was exist, they don't have a, supplier portal to have a end-to-end collaboration. So Ariba was came into picture, and Ariba was SAP was invested in Ariba on specialized modules. um, so that's where it we are going to discuss on in detail on that. Um, okay, this is a P2P cycle, so I just want to talk about this cycle, because most of the people are not aware of this cycle. So first of all, internally they will identify the requirement. For example, let's say let's assume like there is a requirement of construction. Okay, so they just want to understand the they want to have a design architecture. So they go into the market and they will identify the people. Okay, because they don't have any existing people suppliers who provide the architecture of construction. So they will identify the need, and then they will go into the upstream. This is where completely comes into the Ariba. So there we do the auctions. Maybe you might have heard, heard like the bidding process. Basically it happens a bulk of people will call relevant dealers or the suppliers into the specialized event, and will conduct and will provide our requirement, and will take the quotes against that. Okay, okay, we have this much of land we have, we would like to construct a building, and this is the plan we have. So what is your proposals, and what is the estimation amount that you will charge for designing a technical design of that mm, construction. So every supplier will provide their bids based on their past experience. So you are going to collect that bids, and you will evaluate the supplier who is the best in that, and you will take that supplier as a evaluation. And post that, okay, you will award the supplier, but you will not stop that, right? So you want to have a proper agreed agreement contract with that supplier till what end they are going to support you, and what kind of clauses that you want to discuss with that supplier. And you will put the payment process, the billing process, that this is how I will do the payment, and this is how we have to provide the end-to-end support during the construction. Okay, so that part, the entire end. So for example, the construction takes place of 3 years, then 3 years of contract you are going to have with the supplier to support you end to end. Okay, so once that is done, internally you are going to have a approvals, because you need to place the purchase order so that supplier can provide their services. Okay, this is just the selection and doing the contract, but internally you need to get the budget approvals, proper all those stuff. Okay, once that is done, and then you can release the purchase order. But there is a slight variation I will talk about, uh, why uh, why purchase requisition internal approvals are required. I'll talk about in detail, but yeah, in general, purchase requisition is completed, then you will release the purchaser to the supplier. So supplier release the legal document so that he can provide his services. Okay, so once that is done, he started done providing the services to you, then the supplier will send you the invoice. Okay, boss, please do the payment for me, because of I have provided some technical architects of the plan and the construction point of view. Please do the payment. So you will evaluate, and you will evaluate the services that he has provided, or all those stuff, and then he can complete the payment. Okay, that is how the entire architecture I just put on the services point of view. If the same kind, if you have a requirement in your company of procuring a we are designing a one product and you need some raw materials. Okay, so in that case also you need to go in this cycle on. So it's not only the one specific one, but yeah, it comes to the both services and materials. Okay, these are the modules that Ariba is currently providing to us. Okay, I will talk about in detail one by one. Okay, but yeah, even though in SAP ERP module we have a P2P cycle, but why Ariba is famous and why Ariba is willing to procure by most of the clients is because it has a specialized modules, and it is specially designed for a supplier collaboration, supplier interactions, because the current existing ERP system, it doesn't have it. Okay, but let's talk about what is SLP and supplier risk management. Okay, I have special slides. Okay, so coming to the SLP. Okay, for example, the vendor creation in SAP system, Okay, for example, you identified the vendor, but you want to create that vendor in your system because you need to place the purchase order, right? The legal document. So you want to know the supplier details, like what is your please provide the contact details, your address, your bank details, because you want to do the payment. You want to understand the certificates from the supplier point of view. So all those stuff you are going to capture the details from the supplier. Okay, so that as of now in module, what it happens is there is a dedicated person, vendor management team. Those people are going to interact with the supplier in the form of phone or in the form of emails, or they may have a personalized forms, which is completely manual activity, which will take time to capture those details, getting interaction. And it's when an audit happens, okay, where is these details? Okay, it's there is no proper way to keep them, all those information in the system point of view. So it's always a dependent with the team. When audit comes, the audit team is going to reach out to these people and, okay boss, how you onboarded this supplier, how you captured all those details. So that's very difficult. If that person exists, or that person left the company, it's very difficult to manage all those stuff. Okay, so that's where the Ariba came, and they have taken up the supplier onboarding process completely in Ariba. Okay, first initially the request process. Okay, in request process we have two ways. Okay, one way is internally. Okay, for example, I'm an employee of one company. Boss, can you provide the initial details, you know, from the suppliers, because supplier approaches you or you approach to the supplier. So both the ways you collect the basic details, your company legal name, your address, and your contact details. So those three details you take and you put the request. Okay, another way is like the supplier himself, we integrate one URL in company's portal. The supplier himself go into that URL and he can put those information in that request. Okay, so that's how you capture the supplier information. So once that is done, you'll send the supplier for a registration process. What is all about the registration? Okay, in the registration process, you'll collect the certain kind of information called banking information, his tax information, and his certificates. Okay, and specified evaluation process, you can do that. Okay, so all those stuff you are going to capture in the registration process. So supplier has a dedicated portal apart from our system. It's a completely cloud application. Okay, so it's not on premises. So everything runs based on URL itself. Okay, so it's web-based services. Okay, so that's how the supplier inputs all the information in the system, and you are going to validate, and internally the vendor management finance team are going to involve and validate all those banking information will be validated by finance team, and rest of the certificates will be evaluated by procurement team. And okay, that's how the process evaluation of I mean to say the registration process post supplier submission of his response, that process is going to be taken place. Okay, once this is done, there are the certain kind of stuff I want to tell you on the qualification process, because how do you qualify the supply in specific case? As I told you before, like this supply belongs to technical architect for the construction industry, or his computer accessories is going to provide it. We want to qualify that supplier to specific that's how it is easy for the inside organization can identify. Okay boss, I want to purchase the computer related items, what are the suppliers available? Okay, they can you can have a preferred supplier who can directly take that supplier and can place the order to get those services or delivery of the products like laptops or. Okay, so you want to do a certain kind of qualification mechanism. This may take place before registration or post registration. It's completely depend on specific to the client requirement, how their as is process currently, how their organization is following manually. So that's how they will decide it. So once you do the qualification, you can keep them into preferred designation. Okay, okay, you can still anytime you can disqualify the supplier if you feel that his services are the anytime the if you feel something is not relevant, if he is delivering the products which are damaged and you are not completely unhappy, you can disqualify that supplier anytime. So all these end-to-end supplier related stuff, you can do it the way you place the orders in the Amazon, right? So all the collaboration, if you search item, you have a preferred list or recommended, so those stuff you are going to get it, right? The same way all we are going to do in SLP module. Coming to the supplier risk, okay, this is a very good module in Ariba, but yeah, here it's more or mostly related to third party tools that we are going to integrate in the Ariba system itself, because this supply risk management data. But why the supply risk module is very important for us, because if something is happening, for example, if I talk about regularity and legal compliance, okay, if something is internally that supplier has a legal issues or something, their operations are getting impacted because of their legal compliance. For example, Adani, past 6 months they have some legal issues on that, and due to that there is a huge impact in their organization itself. So that kind of mitigations, if you want to identify when you are doing a business with the supplier, because the services and the goods that the supply is going to deliver is going to be impacted to you. So that's the reason you want to understand the uh, on time, if any compliance issue, if is that supplier is going with the audit because of some X issues. Okay, so that those kind of information is also you can get immediately in the Ariba supplier risk module. Apart from that, environmental and social issues, like any floods happens, or any his product plant that got impacted because of some external issues in that environment. So all those information you are going to get it here. And apart from that, in any financial issues they have any impact and they could not able to deliver the product because of they have some financial problems, or any operations are getting terminated. So all this end-to-end cycle of the supplier risk module is going to be covered. If you have any issues, you can raise, you have issue management and engage management, where you can collaborate with the supplier and get the proper uh, right 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 to get information. Okay, during deliveries, during because this information only available in supply risk management, but how this information going to be helpful during placing a purchase order, okay, or procuring, creating a shopping cart. Okay, you are, for example, you are going to Amazon and you are trying to place the order, you see the recommendations or you see the reviews, right? The same way we have a risk scoring. Okay, boss, this 5 3.5, you will have a risk score is going to be populated while you are placing a order from the Ariba portal, procurement portal. So that risk helps you to identify whether the supply is good or not, if he's good to place the order or no, it's very risky to place the order for this supply. So this scoring is available for the end users who is placing a order. Okay, that is also have a helpful here. Till now, anyone have any kind of questions? Please put the questions. Okay, I'll take it now. Okay, so I spoke it right on sourcing module. So in SAP or ERP system, they don't have sourcing module. So in Ariba, we have a sourcing module which will cover the request for information, a request for proposals, and auctions. We have reverse auctions, forward auctions, all these customized auctions also. Some countries have a different kind of auction mechanism. For example, Chinese, they have, Japanese, they have different, and Germany they have different kind of sourcing process. In India also we have different kind. So all those customized we can do it here. We have standard templates. You can use it, or you can create a desired um, based on your client requirements. Okay, once the sourcing process is completed, like the supplier bids provided quotations and you awarded the supplier. Suppose that you want to have a long-term relation with supplier, so you do the contract. Okay, you have a 2 years contract or 3 years kind. Some contracts will have evergreen also, because that that is also possible. Okay, so end to end. So in contract management, what happens basically, you'll the way you purchase the flat, right? So what you do from the uh, builder, you are going to get the agreement, but you want to validate that agreement, you want to discuss the document, and you want to highlight risk on the clauses. Boss, you return 2 years of delivery if you are not going to deliver what is important. So you have to pay some kind of advance amount to us, or some kind of specialized classes you want to discuss with the buyer, or if something put by the buyer on the payment process and you don't like it. Okay, supply didn't like it, so he wants to modify the payment process. So all those clauses, interaction between the supplier and you are going to discuss in the contract module. Apart from that, we have a digital signature, because the manual signature will consume a lot of time for us, because the document you are going to, you cannot run behind with a number of people, boss please do the signature, please do the stamping. So that's huge time, and it's very difficult. For one process itself, it takes time. Means we have a number of contracts, then it's very difficult to manage. But we have a digital signature in contract module. Currently it was authorized for a DocuSign and Adobe Sign. Okay, so those two are already integrated, so you can get the document signature within your organization and with the supplier parties. Okay, that is all about the CLM. So post this, because this contract document you can post into the module, so that during P2P cycle you can directly take that contract and place the order, or any kind of services. Okay, so spend analysis is a different kind of module where you can analyze the spend that you are going to take place against the community code or department, or that is how there are specialized reports during your cycle. Whatever you are doing, the spend that you are going to understand from this standardized reports that Ariba is providing. Okay, coming to the supplier collaboration, it is completely module, where direct procurement, where you have third party orders, consignments, subcontracting process, okay, forecasting. So all these are going to cover in this, but I will talk about in detail later. But yeah, this is what here. And procurement cycle, the way in you have P2P cycle, right? That I discussed: purchase requisition, purchase order, goods receipt, invoice, payment. So all that cycle you can have again in Ariba. That is called Ariba buying module. So entire P2P cycle you can run in Ariba itself, apart from module. So that is there. And apart from that, you have a guided buying, which was designed based on the tiles. Okay, the way you have in Amazon, right? Tiles like groceries one tile, computer access is one tile. Okay, so all that kind of tiles we can design in the guided buying, so that helps the end users to navigate and get the item quickly and can place the order. Okay, commerce automation is basically from purchase order to the payment process, that you interact with the supplier, right? Supplier receives the order. Okay, so supplier has to confirm you, like, boss, I will confirm you on these dates and this much of quantity I can deliver you on this date. So that kind of communication, and the supplier can create the invoices. Okay, so those invoices you can have exception rules, and because he want to validate, right? He cannot give, and he can not do the payment directly. You want to evaluate properly against the purchase order. So all those rules we are going to keep here, um, and that's all on the commerce automation, the payment reconciliation document. So maybe these terms for the you people, it's very difficult to understand at this point, but I'll talk, if I talk in the system point of view, with the real time, so it is easy for you to understand clearly. Okay, uh, I'll not talk about, yeah, maybe for Ashok it really helps, but yeah, Ashok, the current ERP system and Ariba system, how it is going to be integrated is a SIG module we have. Okay, it's a cloud integration gateway. We don't require any PIPO until if you have a different kind of customized requirement. So we have a dedicated middleware which is called cloud integration gateway, which we integrate with our third party systems. Maybe some people has worked on end users on Oracle and SAP ERP side as end users. So how those two systems talk each other, because these two systems are completely independent entities, but how technically the data gets flows, this architecture is going to be talked about. It's completely ERP to Ariba. It's only web services and idocs. Okay, when the data comes to cloud to ERP, we really concerned about the data flow. We'll have a firewall. The SAP Cloud Connect acts as a firewall to take care of a security concerns on data flow between both the systems. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. I'll not talk in detail about technical, but yeah, I will keep more functionally. People who are expecting technically to understand them, because there are two kind of consultants I want to put it here, because if we might have felt difficulty on some terms, but yeah, functional users, functional team will be there who manage the entire P2P cycle. They don't require to understand the technical stuff. You just need to understand how to configure in the system, uh, all those stuff. That's it. Um, but yeah, technical side, like who are very interested how the data flow integration, how the data comes between both the systems. If you want to understand, that is also we can discuss in the classes. Okay, so I'll put myself as a hold, and I want to understand the questions from your end. And if you have any difficulties, try to put your question and don't hesitate yourself. Yeah.
Manikanta Ashok here.
Yeah. Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah. So this Ariba SCC is there, right? Supply chain collaboration. So is
Yes.
this used only for special procurement processes or
Yes.
normal
Yes.
buying process?
Normal buying process, you have a commerce automation, Ashok, but this is
Okay.
especially for whatever you're talking about, special procurement, completely direct materials. We are going to use that one. But yeah, nowadays, initially it was not very famous, but now from last 2 years, this module is uh, um, uh, most of the clients are very interested to mm, implement this module.
Okay. And can you also show the content of our course, which are the modules that will be covered in this?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I would like to move into functional
And
role actually.
right.
So,
I got it. Yeah. Yeah, so I think Ariba cloud architecture and solutions of portfolio. What is Ariba network? What is Ariba process? Okay, Ariba overview I will discuss. Then completely upstream, like contract management, sourcing, end-to-end SLP process. So if you ask me, most of the clients implement these three modules only. If you go anything, they implement these three modules upstream, because this is where our ERPMM module they don't have, right? So that's why they are very interested to implement these modules. Apart from that, how we integrate our upstream module on master data for sourcing on contracts that we pull from ERP system. So that is what, and outline agreements for our post contract creation, outline agreements, integration with of RFQ with the sourcing request, because requisition was created in MM system, and you want to float that document to the sourcing upstream. So the details you can float in the form of RFQ, which delivers in the form of IDOC, and it creates a sourcing request. From there, the end users can create the sourcing project based on requirement. You have a okay integration with SIPM, with SAP MDG and ECC. It's SLP. Basically, we how we integrate with the backend system. So that is all that one. Downstream process, P2P cycle, and I think we are going to discuss. Okay, and contract compliance, and apart from that, catalog management, accounts and buying, guided buying, and network, Ariba network, what it is there, and integration point of view. Okay, Ariba administration activities that we are good, and reports also we have. Apart from that, how we can build the customized reports with the help of APIs. If you want to integrate with Power BI, all those stuff, I can help you out. Ashok. So
Okay.
Subbu can provide this document. You can go through. But if you feel something I want to discuss apart from this, let me know. We can discuss.
My major intention is that we have new projects upcoming in actually, so I should be
Okay.
understanding the Ariba almost, whichever the areas my client is going to implement, and I should be
Okay.
able to guide the team as well. I have a team actually, so I should understand
Definitely.
everything. Yeah.
Got it,
So
Ashok.
integration, as you said, CIG, all these things,
Yeah.
integration, because we are using 4 HANA system. So
Got
how
it.
data flows within the system. So that's of more kind for me. Yeah.
Got it, Ash. Definitely. If you have, you can discuss with me anything, anytime. If you have uh, any kind of specialized requirements apart from that, what I am discussing, we can discuss those as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. And timings, I'm very particular because my shifts starts at 10:30, 11, and then ends at night 11 o'clock, almost like.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
the problem for me actually. I already told Subbu also. So,
So
and
you want morning session,
6:30,
right?
yeah, 6 to 8 anytime is fine for me, or from 8:30 or 9 to till 11 o'clock is also fine for me. I just
Okay. Okay.
need break 8 to 9. That's it. So,
Okay. Definitely. We
and
will
also
work out
one
about
more
it.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, please. And also, if we are two only in the call, then it won't be that much interactive. That's what I just feel, that if we have
Mm.
some few people, 2 3 or 4 5, then someone will rise. I may not be knowing everything, so the other guy will have
Right.
different question. He can
That
ask you,
is.
and you can. That will help me as well. So,
Yeah.
so that's one more concern for me. That's it.
Subbu,
Nothing.
Subbu will keep some people, definitely. Maybe he will
Yeah.
ask some other people to put in the batch that we are going to take place. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
that
I'm
completely
happy.
Subbu will take care. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even if we delay by a week, and if we have 2 3 people, then I'd be happy with that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
And the
sure.
timing. That's it.
Sure, sure. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Thanks,
other
Ravi.
questions from Srikant, Shwab, Hari?
Yeah, hi,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Hi, Srikant.
No, sir. Experience.
Okay.
Hello, hi, Manikantan.
Yeah. Hi, Shwab.
Yeah, I have some clarifications.
Yeah.
The thing is, I have 12 years of experience, almost 13. I'm touching 13 years of experience now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm managing ERP support team. Like we support
Okay.
functional customer support.
Okay. Got it.
Now, the product what we work, it's a supply chain product, uh,
Okay.
and there is not much market acceptance. So that is the reason I
Okay.
want to move to SAP Ariba.
Got it. Yeah.
So, yeah,
This. Yeah.
based
This
on my,
module is currently. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Go ahead. You were saying something.
No. 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 Yeah. No. No. Go ahead. Let me hear from you, and then I will put you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Based on my research, I was confused whether I need to do SAP EWM along with SAP MM, or SAP MM. I have fair experience. I worked on ECC, not on S4
Mm-hmm.
HANA. So I thought I'll
Mm.
learn SAP Ariba now. So I was
Mm.
confused between SAP EWM or SAP Ariba, but couple of my friends suggested that SAP Ariba would be a good option. But you should
That
have
is true.
proper integration knowledge, is what they said. So
That is true.
I
But I agree. What your friend suggested, because you have a knowledge of end to end on MM. so it's easy for you to understand the flow, and you can easily correlate the things what you are going to do in Ariba. Okay, but on integration front, yeah, it may be little bit you feel like something I cannot able to understand. Don't worry, but yeah, so because there is a team that going to take care, but you just need to have a kind of idea how the things are going to be happen with how the both the systems are talks each other. So that kind of high level I can help you out, so that if you are capable to understand, then I can put more. But in high level, whatever the functionally how the support point of view, how you can understand, and how can put the questions during implementation of your projects, or when you are working with your colleagues, cross component colleagues like a FICO or ABAP team. So that kind of understanding I can put you. So what you need to ask, what you need to manage, when the situation comes, yeah, this is completely belongs to that kind of team. I can help you out. But integration, yes, there is a certain things that Ariba team has to know and has to manage. That is also I'm going to discuss about. But that is not so difficult. It's a kind of hand free.
Okay, got it, Manikantan. Yeah, and the other thing is, yeah, I am expecting some real-time examples, as you said, some real-time examples in implementation and some
Definitely.
real-time
Uh,
tickets like L2, L3 kind of tickets, and how
definitely.
the solution is
Sure.
getting rolled out.
I had implemented 3 projects end to end.
Oh, nice.
So definitely I will put those different kind of scenarios of different clients. I'm going to put those two examples. This when I am implementing one project, I have implemented this way, and another project I implemented this way. So they have the multiple way of implementation, right? So I'm going to put the those way also, because the standard way is not definitely will not help, but definitely when it comes to the multiple implementations, you will have a different kind of implementation process, right? So those kind of 3 projects what I have implemented, even with my colleagues, they interact with me, right? They have different kind of scenarios. Those also we can I am going to discuss whenever we are going with the module wise.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Sir, may I know how many years of experience do you have in Ariba alone?
I
Sorry
have
to ask
six
this.
plus yeah, I have 6 plus sure. Mm.
Okay, okay, great, great. And one last question. Sorry, but I might be apprehensive here. But say, for example, my current package is around 16 or 17 LPA. So
Mm.
once I am completing, the course, let's assume, okay, I put 3 to 4 years of experience in my CV. Then how much I can expect in the market based on your experience? I'm pretty sure, like you would have come
I
across,
agree. I
people.
agree. Yeah, I agree. Because as your background of definitely you can utilize that experience altogether. If you ask me, you can get easily 30 to 35 LPA.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it, got it. Yeah, sure, sure, sir. That's it. And one last thing is, I'm currently working in the night shift. The reason why I'm working in night shift is the clients what we support are based out in North America, like US and Canada.
Yes, yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah. So I
We'll
would,
work out the timings.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
work out the timings. You put
Okay.
your timing details to Shubhu, and Ashok also have some time concerns. We'll try to
Mhm.
match one specific time, and we'll have it.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty much
Um,
what I had to ask. Yeah. Thank you so much.
okay, no problem. Uh, Hari,
Sorry, Manikantan, look here.
yeah, Ashok, yeah, yes,
Just
Ashok.
the last question that
Yes, sir.
can you provide or help us with any documents or something later on, uh, like
Definitely,
questions or
I'll
something?
provide. Documents definitely, because integration point of view also, or implementation project point of view, what you need to start yourself when the implementation project starts. So that kind of document also I'm going to provide it to you. So what initial steps has to be, for example, you are implementing it, so implementation is completely different, right? The first step what you have to do, second step what you have to do, and when the basis team is going to be coming to the picture, when the SAP support you required, how the so third party tool integrations, because DocuSign, Adobe Sign, different kind of signatures we have, right? So how you want to when you have to start that process. So definitely I put all the stuff in the documentation, so that you can go through those documentations, and whenever it requires, when you are implementing it, you can just go through those documents and utilize it.
Yeah, yeah, that was my expectation, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone?
Last question is, do we get access, server access
No.
for real-time
Yeah,
timesheets?
Subbu is going to provide it end-to-end system access. Uh, yeah, you can talk to Subbu. Hmm.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Hari, you are trying to speak.
No, 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 sir. Nothing. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Okay. Bye.
Mani,
Happy.
just a last thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Systems, will we be having access to Ariba and also ECC just to test the integration perspective as well, or
Yeah.
just Ariba only?
Uh, yeah. Ariba and integration you have, but yeah, Subbu has a system for S4 also. Yeah.
Okay,
If he is going to provide, fine. If not, I'm going to show it to you how it is. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. Please be in touch with Subbu. Subbu is the coordinator who take care of end-to-end for you.
Thank you, Manish, sir.
Yeah.